And welcome back to Picking Fights with Friends. I'm your host, Chris Terry. Thank you for joining us for our UFC Fight Night preview show, Covington vs. Woodley, Part 2. This episode's brought to you by Half Empty. Check them out online for t-shirts, hats, and more. And we have a couple of viewer questions this week. Josh asks, why do I want to stab my eardrums every time I hear Kenny Florian speak? Well, Josh, that's a natural reaction to Kenny's voice. It's the equivalent of a dog whistle, but for humans. And John asks, why does Walker still remain in the main card? Well, John, it's because he's one of the most exciting light heavyweights in the division. He always puts on a show whether he wins or loses. And now that he's taking his training seriously, I think he's going to prove his case this Saturday. And Jeff asks, are people overrating Chimaev? Does Mackenzie Dern have the nicest butt in the UFC? Well, to answer your first question, Jeff, am I on the Chimaev hype train? Choo-choo, motherfucker, yes I am. This guy will definitely make a run for the welterweight strap, and I don't see many people that can stop him. If he defeats Meerschaert this weekend and then turns around and defeats Damian Maia, I think it definitely makes the case for him taking out a top 5 opponent. He's been extremely dominant in his last 2 fights. Take, for example, his last fight, he didn't even get hit. Keep an eye on this guy. I have a feeling he's going to do big things in the division. Mackenzie Dern does have a nice turd cutter, but everybody knows the best ass in the UFC belongs to this guy.
Show me your booty hole!
I'd like to take his face off.
All right, let's see what happened to the face-offs earlier today. Just so you know, everybody made weight, and there's no fight cancellations or fights added. So we have 14 fights happening tomorrow. Here's the first one. Should be Tyson Nam taking on Jerome Rivera. This one in the bantamweight division. This one should be a really, really good fight. I see it going all 3 rounds, and Tyson Nam will get a decision here. Good way to start the card. All right, we have Andre Ewell taking on Erwin Rivera, also in the bantamweight division. Ewell looks wild with that hair. That's got to be a wig. There's no way that's his real hair. He kind of looks like homeboy from Nacho Libre. It's like, I only believe in science. And next up, also in the bantamweight division, a lot of bantamweight fights on this card. Journey Newson taking on Randy Costa. Digging that old school boxer stance. I'm going to go with Don't Stop Believing, Journey Newson by decision. And next up, in the featherweight division, we have Derek Minner taking on TJ Laramie. This one should be a pretty good fight here. I'm going to go with Laramie to win by decision. That sounds fair. And next up, we have the ladies, Jessica Rose Clark taking on Sarah Alpar, also in the bantamweight division. Oh, look at that. A little hug before I punch you in the face tomorrow. I'm going to go with Rose Clark, Jessica Rose Clark by decision. And here we have Maya Buena Silva taking on Mara Borreda. I'm going to go with Buena Silva. He's trying to startle her. I don't think she blinked, dude. That's funny. Yeah, I'm going to go Buena Silva here by decision. All right, and then we have Mirsad Bektik taking on Damon Jackson. This one in the featherweight division. Ooh, I like this. This should be a hell of a fight. I'm going to go Bektik knockout round 2. I wish I could read their lips. They got to put a microphone up there. I mean, come on. And next up we have Jordan Espinoza taking on David Dvorak. This one in the flyweight division. Sure, a pretty good fight. I'm going to go Dvorak by decision. That should be a pretty good fight too. All right, and we have Kevin Holland taking on Darren Stewart. This will be the first fight on the main card. This one in the middleweight division. I'm going to go with Holland by knockout round 2. And I need to get one of those trucker hats. Those things are so sick. digging it. And in the strawweight division, we have Mackenzie Dern taking on Randa Marcos. This is either going to be a wrestling match, jiu-jitsu match, or a stand-up striking match. Let's see if... I'm curious to see if Dern's jiu-jitsu, how it'll match up against Marcos' wrestling. I'm going to go Randa Marcos to win by decision. Johnny Walker taking on Ryan Spann. This one, the light heavyweight division. What the hell is Spann looking at? Oh, no, okay, there he goes. Walker's a wild man in the first round. I like Spann's tattoo. Superman tattoo is pretty cool. I'm going to go Johnny Walker, knockout round 1. Hopefully he's taking his training seriously and gets in there, and he has so much talent. All right, next up we have Kazma Chemyov taking on Gerald Meerschaert. This fight will be Thomas's breakdown.
Welcome, comrades, to another edition of Casual Corner with Thomas. What's up, boys and girls? Khamzat Chimaev versus Gerald Meerschaert. We're going to break down how this fight's going to go. I translated Chimaev's nickname, Boars, from Russian to English, and it means greyhound. Not sure what to make of that. But other than that, I'm all in on this guy. I mean, he won 2 fights in 10 days in the UFC, which is pretty impressive. I don't see this going Meerschaert's way. We saw what Hermanson did to him with the ground and pound, and Chimaev seems to be pretty good at that too. So let's keep this short and sweet. I got Chimaev winning second round by TKO.
Chemyov's been on a fucking tear lately, man. 2 fights in 10 days. I think he got punched like 6 times in both fights. It's crazy. Donald Cowboy Cerrone, one of my favorites of all time, take on Nico Price in the welterweight division. This fight will be my breakdown. Donald Cowboy Cerrone versus Nico Price. Cowboy Cerrone is 37 years old and from Broomfield, Colorado, representing BMF Ranch. He stands 6 foot tall and weight and stay at 170 pounds even. He holds a record of 36, 15, and 1 no contest. He has notable wins over opponents such as Al Iaquinta, Mike Perry, Alexander Hernandez, Rick Story, and Alex Oliveira. He's currently on a 4-fight losing streak. Nico, the hybrid Price, is 30 years old and is from Cape Coral, Florida. Representing Futures MMA, he stands 6 foot tall and weight in today at 170 pounds. He holds a record of 14, 4, and 1 no contest. He has notable wins over opponents such as James Vick, Tim Means, Randy Brown, and Alan Jobane. He's currently on a 1-fight losing streak after a doctor stoppage while facing Vicente Luque back in May. This fight can go several ways. The way I'm hoping it goes, just because I'm a huge fan of Cowboy Cerrone, is that Cowboy wins via knockout or takes a decision. To be honest, that's the best case for Cowboy Cerrone. Realistically, it probably won't go that way, as Nico Price is a really tough dude, and he can finish this fight anywhere it goes. If Cowboy fights as good as he did against Rick Story, he definitely can win by knockout early. If he starts getting in trouble on his feet, he needs to take this fight to the ground and look for a submission. Nico should look to counter-strike and take advantage of any reckless moves by Cerrone. He can win by knockout early if he avoids getting into a brawl. He tends to have really good fight IQ, so I'm sure he's not going to do anything stupid.
What's your prediction for the fight, then?
Prediction?
Yes, prediction.
Pain.
My overall prediction, Cowboy and his girlfriend just had their second child not too long ago. I'm a father myself, and I remember getting little to no sleep most nights. To me, this could be a factor, although last time Cowboy had a kid, he came in and fucking killed everybody he touched. I'm going to predict that Cowboy wins by a very close decision. This has fight of the night potential written all over it. And our main event of the evening, we have Colby Covington taking on Tyron Woodley. This one also in the welterweight division. This fight will be Sal's breakdown.
Enemy deserve no mercy.
All right. So Kobe Covington versus Tyron Woodley, main event. I think this is gonna be turned out more in Kobe Covington's favor. We both know these guys fighting style techniques. Kobe Covington has a very high pace, high volume, pressure style fighting. So he likes to keep pressuring you, keep attacking you with all these high volume attacks. And they're not very strong, but it's a constant grind of pressure and push you in. It's not just to stand on the feet too. He also does it with his wrestling too. He's able to pressure you, take you down, and just keep pressuring. So you can do both standing and on the ground too. So the thing is with Tyron Woodley, this man is a very physically strong man. Like, it makes it pretty out. I mean, that dude starched Robbie Lawler, which is no easy feat. So you gotta have some power and some massive power behind you to be able to do that. We also know that when he gets put back in the corner, he has a habit of doing like this power double. We get him off the back of it. We help him get his back off the cage. So Kobe Covington is gonna have to be careful about that too. And he's gonna also have to worry about maintaining the distance, because again, if you're trying to push Tyron Woodley back into the cage, and not only does he have that power double, but he has a very strong right hand. Like I said, this starched Robbie Lawler. So, and we've seen him in the past too, that when he gets his back on his back towards the cage, he'll unleash that right hand, and if it lands, you're getting knocked out. Now we know that Covington does have a tendency to possibly get finished. We saw with Kamaru Usman, he got hit a couple times during the fight, and it didn't knock him down, but it definitely took him down. And if that's possible with Kamaru Usman, imagine just getting hit by someone who's a knockout power like Tyron Woodley. He might just get knocked out completely, out cold. And if it doesn't, it's gonna be a hard fight trying to get Tyron Woodley off of you and survive that attack, the onslaught attack, especially at the beginning of the round. So, but even all that said, we do know that if you can put enough pressure on Tyron Woodley, especially when it comes to like the wrestling, the groundwork, which Kobe Covington does have that skill level of be able to the wrestling skills to keep that pressure on him. We saw it with Kamaru Usman. Kamaru Usman just kept taking him down over and over and over again. He just kept pressuring wrestling, and Tyron Woodley didn't have an answer to it. So it's gonna be a good fight. My money's gonna be on Kobe Covington, just the fact that he has the energy and skills, the stamina and skills to be able to pressure fight him, not only on the stand-up but also on the ground. But again, if he's not if he slips up with any of his defensive skills or the defensive work, Tyron Woodley is gonna catch him and he's gonna knock him out. And if he doesn't get knocked out, it's gonna be a hard fight to try and survive.
And those are our matchups for tomorrow. Remember, the prelims start at 2 p.m. and the main card starts at 5 p.m. Let me know in the comments who you think's gonna win. And welcome back to Picking Fights with Friends, Best Bets. This week I have a 3-leg parlay that I really like a lot. I'm going to go with Holland, Bueno Silva, and Clark. I like this bet because Holland is currently on a 3-fight win streak. Bueno Silva was on a 5-fight win streak till she lost her last one. I think she's going to bounce back here. And Jessica Rose Clark, she's currently on a 2-fight losing streak. I think this fight gets her back in the win column. As far as straight bets go, I like Laramie straight up, Johnny Walker straight up, and Shemiov straight up. My dog bets, last week I did really good. I went 3 for 3 with my dog bets. This week I like Marcos, Span, and Woodley. Maybe Mershad over Chimyov, who knows? Anytime the odds are out of whack, I tend to bet on the underdog just because it is MMA and anything can and will happen, as we've seen in the past. And this has been Picking Fights with Friends, Best Bets. And that's our show, guys. Thank you very much for watching our UFC Fight Night preview show. And please feel free to leave us a message in the comments, guys. Let us know how you like the show. If you have any bets you recommend, if you have any questions about a fight coming up, or just whatever. All right, guys. Until next time, I will talk to you later. Enjoy the fights. Have a great weekend. Bye.
Whoopee!